Confusing. Did he just go offline or did it? Oh, he probably wasn't actually online. Warframe friend, yo. Alright then. How long do I have this discount for? Use it tomorrow? Yeah, I can use it later. First, what's up, Allie? How are you? Yep, and let's do it. Alright, let's go get that Arcoplasmor, son. I'm doing pretty good. Slept in a bit this morning. Usually get up a couple hours earlier than this, but slept like a stone last night. Feels good. Wait a second. Okay. Make sure I have the right mission. Alright, if that's the case. Did I put this on solo or did nobody join? Wouldn't hurt to reload real quick to find out. Very dark. Dark in here. No light.
You have new quests in your codex.
How about that? Light. No, not on solo. Just gotta wait. What'd you grind for? What did you go get? Noble Tenno.
Look who turned up to play soldier.
Oh shit. Main quest? Which part are you on? Or which piece of the main quest are you on? Let me in your ship, would you? Where's the fucking... Well, this is strange. How come it's not letting me enter their ship? Alright, I guess I'm gonna just fucking go. Okay, I'll hang out here. Where are the cruise ships? There's one. Okay. Try this again. Tell me you can't enter this one. That's so weird. Brother! Come here! Let me in! Brother, you gotta move the ship around there. Me, brother. Try this again. I don't know why it's not letting me enter this. Usually it does. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, for the love of God. This fucking dingus is out of the driver's seat. Pretty sure this guy needs to upgrade his railjack, because I'm pretty sure we're on somebody else's. Or mine. I don't know, but I thought mine was a little more upgraded than this. Oh, geez. That's a lot of shit going on. What just happened? Your shield will get destroyed, won't it? Yeah, well, okay.
Why are there fighters that aren't even fighting yet? Do I need a chalkboard? Torpedoes? Blow them up real pretty. Cruise ship, put yourselves between me and them.
I don't think I even need to make these,
Torpedoes, all days.
but... Oh, there's not an... Oh my gosh. Okay. Where the fuck? Dude, I'm gonna crash out. Where the fuck? Let me go, bitch. There we are. Jeez.
Sister, you have our brother's full support. Take what is yours.
Turn around. Get back on your little spaceship and leave.
Get back on your little spaceship and suck my ass, bitch.
And selected those men.
You have something I want. Oh.
Hey there, sweetie. Any last mucking words?
Fight well, strength of the Tenno back against them. Your guards have fallen. If you too must fall,
Rest in pepperonis, bitch.
a grievous price.
Kill for a cryolic cocktail right now. Oh, great. Now I have to order another one.
What is this? That's my gun.
You'll always be a loser.
Sisters, retrieve her corpse. Analyze its
Really?
iterate.
Okay.
Nobody gets in here without an invite, ugly. Boom! That's what you get if I think you're not giving 110% when it comes to protecting me. Anyone else feeling hesitant? No? Then get back to work. Oh, fine. Let's do this.
Sister, your desire has been rewarded with protection from Brother Parvos.
Oh, duh.
Divine scepters. May they be your shields. You stand undefended, sister. Show them how hard we can fight.
Don't touch what you can't afford, you microcephalic child.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. Let's just get out of here before someone sees us together. Nobody gets in here without an invite, ugly. Well, hey there, sweetie. Any last mucking words? Don't touch what you can't afford, you microcephalic trog. I'm gonna do to your favorite loaf and make you watch. What's the point of being
Another
part of
one.
a sisterhood if they let you down?
Face the remains. Let them drift. Monument to
What?
failure.
Turn around. Get back on your little spaceship and leave. Right now. Oh, fine. Let's do this.
Authorizing protective specter deployment. I shall not lose another of my sisters. Spectres destroyed. She has only herself now.
This way?
I would kill for a cryotic cocktail right now. By the time I'm done with you, you're gonna look like a normal person reflected in a puddle. I'm gonna do that to your favorite loaf and make you
What part of the main quest are you doing?
figures.
Ah, well. I have other, less
New War?
sisters.
Old War? Second Dream? I don't know what part of the quest you're on, but, or like which quest you're on, but they're fucking so good. One of them you get Excalibur Umbra for, which is pretty dope. Mission complete. I didn't know you could go to relays. Oh yeah, I guess there's a dry dock at all the relays, isn't there? Pretty sure. Yeah. I'll do it on its own. Nice. Got all my credits back. Bunch of pieces for my ship. Cool. And that'll be alright for now. That's more than enough. Let's see. Pretty sure I finished my hex calendar. I think I'll work on Nako for a little bit. I would normally do Steel Path for a Nako grind. I think I'm just gonna do normal. Level up this gun. Dope. Dope. I'm watching you, ma'am. Oh, that makes sense. What were you doing? What part of the main quest were you on?
You don't pay for internet, right?
Oh, I need to equip the gun. For what the fuck is the Archwing quest? Yeah. Let's just auto install and see what we get. Frigid Blast, Hell's Chamber, Contagious Spread. What the fuck? Magnetic Viral Radiation. Wow. Okay. My brain just short-circuited. I believe you. I 100% believe you. Fortuna. Oh, you finished the second dream? What did you think about that one? Most people, that's a big turning point in the game for most people. That's kind of like that's like the twist that we get everybody to sign up for. It's like, yo, man, once you finish the second dream, that's like the benchmark that new players are told to look forward to a lot of the time.
Want to talk gardening, foraging, outfitting? You come to the right place, mate.
And then after you mix emotions, yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken, second dream is at the end of it. I think you pick Nita or whatever. That was a very, very tough choice for me, to be completely honest.
Got a hunch that a few syzygy are about to fruit nearby. Find it. And stay close or people nurse you up. Another cluster of syzygy blooming. You know what to do. More fungi ready for you. Get that energy before the nurse do.
Whoa.
One less bloom for them. More about to bloom. Don't let the taxman block them first.
Blunt force. Bucket wee ball.
One down.
Wait,
Another cluster of syzygy blooming.
what?
You know what to do. Foraged, safe and sound. More about to bloom. Don't let the taxman block
They got
them
it.
first. One down. Dirt motes are good for hunting. But you're a forager through and through. They never stood a chance. Violet's bane. You must not like these muckers.
on and nabbed a few of my favourite spoilers. Let's rectify that, shall we?
Ugh. Oh, you on the teacher? Hmm. Okay, that's rude. Huh. Nice. Teshin? Yeah. Fuck Teshin, bro. I'm not entirely sure why, but Teshin bothers the shit out of me. He's just such a... He's so, like, full of himself, and he's so fucking... I don't know. It's just... He's just meh.
Good as the day they sprouted. Bounce on, little ones.
Well, how the hell did he get up there?
Got a arachnoid situation that I need you to take care of. Main thing has been causing issues all over. You know what'll make it poke its ugly head out? A bunch of dead corpus. Try and see.
Yeah, I did sneeze like 5 times. You weren't able to hear that, were you? Because if you were, that means I got some mic settings that are not working right. Yeah, okay. Good. Yeah, I'm a sneezer. I'm one of those people who will sneeze 3 to 5 times in a row every time I sneeze.
That thing owe you money? Could have sworn that was personal.
Sabotage the power cells. And sabotage these nuts.
The lights on. Roots and fruits prefer the darkness. So find a terminal, and we'll give them what they like. There they are. Lazy as usual. You know what to do.
Also, what? Where am I going? Where is that? Oh. Take the longest way I can. Got it.
Just like the old days with Nako. Reckon that hurt the bottom line almost as much as it hurt them. Do what Nako used to do is send them a message. Take out as many invasive corpus as you can.
Sabotage what now? I said sabotage these nuts. Where are we going? There we go.
Getting too comfortable around these parts. Go thin out. About halfway there. Keep knocking them down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on PS5.
You cleared them out right quick. Hurt moves them
Sick.
twice before they come around these parts again. You can't get rid of invasives for good, but you can slow them down. And today, you gave the roots and fruits a fighting chance. Go put your feet up.
There we are.
You think you've won today, Tenno? My resources are bottomless. I will spend you to death.
Yoink. Rob 'em. Dude, I learned from 50 Cent how to rob. That's a really fun song by 50 Cent, by the way. Everybody should definitely go listen to that shit. How to Rob by 50 Cent's like one of his songs from like a 90s album he made. Like early. Very early. Tells Missy Elliott to put the hot dog down. Dude, it's so fucking good. It's so good. Hmm. Why are we waiting for somebody? That took forever. Yeah. I just missed them. Some of them were behind things I couldn't get to, and be alright.
Hey, welcome back.
I kept trying to get to one of them and couldn't get to it.
The deep mines.
And honestly, I was just there to see how the Archiplasmor works, so. Some things go. Some things don't get picked up sometimes.
Merc's trying to turn the garden into some sort of gilded bunker for His Majesty Nathaniel. Put an end to all that, will ya?
And there was a couple of them I couldn't figure out where the secret entrance was. I kept trying to get to one of them and I was like wasting my time not helping people.
Should have known it was too good to be true. Taxman incoming.
I don't know, why am I going over there?
Done already. Did the Mercs even know you were there?
Alright. I'm gonna go hunt down these pieces while everybody else bounties. Oh, I'm going this way anyways. Oh, nice.
You took a no-no-no? Try to stay away from those myself.
What is the holdup?
Yeet.
I don't care what the problem is, fix it.
Where did the... Oh, there we go.
The syzygy blooms for minutes, releases its energy, and then dies.
Because I've always heard the Archoplasmor is pretty good.
Before the taxman gets
So I was pretty excited to get my hands on it.
energy ready for you. Get that energy before the mercs do.
Because it looks pretty cool to me too.
Foraged, safe and sound.
I'm thinking about getting that augment for Octavia where she has an extra mallet.
You know what to do. One less bloom for them.
Thinking about it. The crown.
More about to bloom.
What crown?
Let the taxman pluck 'em first.
Granum crown, maybe?
More fungi ready for you. Get that energy before the mercs do. One less bloom for them. More fungi ready for you. Get that energy before the mercs do. Foraged, safe and sound. Another cluster of syzygy blooming. You know what to do. Foraged, safe and sound.
This is not the way.
Space Miss Merc showed up with that lick of syzygy. Could bring a tear to my eye.
Here we go. I'm on my way. On Rookie?
Corporate seems to have left a buzzer draining all by its lonesome. Could be useful for us.
Who the fuck is Rookie?
Down. Roots and fruits
God.
in control. Make sure nothing happens to our new buzzer.
Rookie.
Smart bonus ain't pleasant. You're in for a rough ride until it works through you. Should have known those muckers wouldn't let us go without a fight. Keep them off the drone.
Your viewer? Oh. Oh. I don't know what it's got a crown? I also may not see a crown on chat because I use an aggregator for my chats that pulls Twitch and YouTube chat. So I may not see something. I don't know how you need XP for it. There might be some facet of watching YouTube streams that gives you some sort of ephemera. I would be willing to bet you probably just
Red alert. Next goons have captured
being active in streams or something gets you
gonna put him in the juicer.
XP on YouTube. I don't fucking know.
Won't have a chance.
How do I get in there? Oh, I'll take that. That'll be enough for me. I'm moving on.
Puffball will make you smell worse than a whoreask's done.
Moving on. That's kind of funny to think about. How the fuck do you get XP on YouTube? And where am I going? I once was lost,
Thought for sure.
and I'm still fucking lost.
Thank you enough, Tenno. Here's the problem with invasives. You got one, you got 10. Once you got 10, you got 1,000. So, let's thin them out a bit.
Tickle them toes.
Looks like we got a fresh batch
Come
of
here.
maces moving in. Let's
Oh,
march.
oh, oh. I'm coming. It's a 4-putt come. I'm trying. I'm being honest.
Movements ain't looking too hot. Double up your body count, you'll be done.
I'm about to be like, not gonna lie, I'm trying.
Almost scary how quick you work. Got another task for you. Hear that? It's almost peaceful down here.
I was just trying to get back to the objective for a second there.
Always got more work for you.
Oh, Nako Neuroptics? Wonder how far I am off from finished with him. Shouldn't be that far away. I think what you meant to say, instead of come here, is thank you for going and collecting the mushrooms for us. Made too many weapons? Yeah, that happens. But the good news is your foundry is infinite and free storage.
I can leave.
You can
Just don't wanna.
basically just craft a billion things in there and never collect them.
Place.
And as soon as you have the slots, you can collect them.
It's all good.
Oh, fuck off.
Take care.
Let's see. All right. All right. Slow. Where are you? That's you, right? Yeah. Boink. There. You should have 4 new weapon slots. Merry Christmas. Fuckface. Let's see about this Archiplasmor.
There's so much gold in here. Let's pretend we're rolling.
Just wait.
Your Highness. Sunscreen, please. There's no proof you're immune to sun.
Boink. I don't know. I just put boink in every fucking message chat that I get. Or have an option for. It's like a little extra confirmation, you know it's me. You know you guys are all buried in friend requests and messages and shit.
Doesn't take. Sure. I can leave. Just don't wanna. Feel rooted to this place. Suit yourself.
I meant to look at how many Nako pieces I actually have.
What can I help you with there, mate?
So I have his systems and 3 Nako blueprints. It'd be really cool if I could quit getting Nako blueprints and start getting the other pieces. It's kind of fucked.
Good on ya. Don't that all? All of the deep mice. That's me garden. And you, right then,
Welcome back.
Always good to have a mate in the deep mines.
Which bow?
Not all invasive weeds are plants. Some got legs, guns, and ranks. Need to be
Dread,
called all the
maybe?
same.
Trust me, it's the only thing the stalker fucking drops if you're talking about dread. You'll get one.
My palace of prosperity will be an impenetrable fortress where no Normer, Grenier, or even Corpus Usurper will dare to enter.
Mako's little squabblers helping keeping the garden safe. But this poison has been taking its toll. Find those types and listen back to hell.
Fuck, I did the wrong... I forget my main Trumna build is on slot B. Since I actually feel a way about it right now. Just gonna reset that.
Foggy. Right. We're all here. Let's get
Yeah,
started.
can't let invasive pests into your garden. Because your garden...
'Cause your garden.
Defense against them. Except you.
Nadaruk? Yeah.
Got a pest needs dealing
It's really good.
and by
I think a lot of people, I think I've read
coming down here.
that a lot of people depended on it when they first started Steel Path and stuff. Or when they first started Steel Path.
Off they go.
Oh, hi. Dude,
Couldn't even blink before you healed.
I'm literally on fire. Ugh. Ugh. Much better. Ugh.
Hello, Tenno. I know you can hear me. It's just one fungal colony.
Just taking myself a second here.
Others on Venus. Why waste your time on this one?
That adorable thing, that was,
Their drones
Sprodling.
bring that thing to the ground. We'll make it ours.
That, like, knock those little kids or something. Dude, I don't know. Are there baby mushrooms? Hi guys, I'm coming.
Taxman incoming. Keep that buzzer safe.
I'm on my way.
Dreams are done with the drone. Couldn't see a lick of paint out of place on it either. Well done.
I'll go get these mushrooms.
Smelling like invasive pests. Time to show 'em whose garden this is. Corporate just don't know when to call it quits. of inbound.
What?
Joe's a real nasty little fella to eat, mate. Luckily, a muck honest toxin wears out quick.
Tips for Varuna? I actually don't know Varuna, like, at all. So I don't know. I bet she'll run pretty regular mods, but I could be very wrong about that, like Streamline Flow and Constitution and shit. But I don't know. I'm honestly not sure what to put on, or what you should put on her. Especially if you're, like, not in Steel Path and stuff. Which is... I try not to glorify Steel Path as, like, the main facet of the game. Even though eventually it will be for some people. I try not to, like, base things off of this will work because it works in Steel Path. I try not to do shit like that. So whenever you have weapons, especially early game, you can, or weapons and frames and shit, you can kind of just put whatever you want on them until you're like dealing with level like 80 or so enemies. Arbitrations around that difficulty level, you'll need to pay a little bit of attention to what you put on your stuff, but overall it's still mostly fine. It's basically impossible to put the wrong stuff on there whenever everything is under level 80 per se. You can obviously fuck it up, but nothing is strong enough for it to really matter. That's kind of why I try to tell people and I say that I enjoy the non-Steel Path version of this game, because you can put anything on and have fun in regular version of the game. Literally anything. And if you want to do the same thing in Steel Path, you have to like spend a ton of time super optimizing that shit. Or maybe not a ton of time, but definitely can't just find the answers. Because something I'll tell you right now is if you go to Warframe Market and you look up a Steel Path build for whatever frame or weapon you're using, and then you go to Steel Path, it won't work. It's the most confusing thing ever how bad Overframe is. And I do see plenty of complaints about it in game and on Reddit and stuff about how, oh my gosh, let me out, about how the builds are actually all terrible on there. And which is really funny because it's like, doesn't the community itself like vote on them and rank them and shit? What's that person on Twitch? Did you do that damage with a skill or a weapon? Really wish I could quit getting Nako blueprints and start getting the other pieces. Yep. Little Nako farm. Round off the morning. Because Nako is fun. Nako is pretty fun to play. I've got looks like 1 neuroptics and 4 blueprints and no systems or chassis. I'm gonna go start a pot of coffee. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I suppose I'd be up for a trade. See anything you need? what you need, leave what you don't. You keep this between you and I, yeah? No need to let the taxman know we've been exchanging goods. You've been fighting for the fruits and roots, so I'll let you share in their bounty.
It's a bit cooler in here now. That's better.
Maybe next time.
Can I do anything with my field guide right now? Doubt it. Oh, it shows you.
Be careful out there. You're not gonna tell corporate I'm down here, are you? No biggie. Everyone's cut out for you see Noko out there. Give me best. Sure. I can leave. Just don't wanna. Feel rooted to this place. I do. Used to think that I did hard work that others couldn't.
You know, there's a
Difference between
speaking of farming for something, I always have this like fond memory of farming two different enemies in two different games. One of them is Doc Mercy in Borderlands 2. You could like load into the part of the map he was on, stand on this geyser, and it would launch you to right in front of him, and then you just kill him, hope he drops the weapon, and then you move on. He dropped a gun called the Infinity Pistol, and I had literally every variation of it you could get before they buffed drop rates on Borderlands 2. And on World of Warcraft, there's a dude named Baron Rivendare. He's like the boss at the final dungeon for like one of the main parts of the game. I like the canonically final dungeon or whatever. It's literally at the bottom of the list of your dungeons in that expansion. Anywho, I solo killed Baron Rivendare like 70 times. I ran that entire dungeon all by myself like 70 times. I eventually started doing it with a rogue. After the 70th run, I used my I had a character boost because I bought some pack for the game when I started. There was like get this and get like 3 months and some this and some that, and that's what I bought to start the game. And I ended up using a character boost on a rogue so that I could use their invisibility and basically just walk through the dungeon and only do a couple of things that I had to do. And I got what I went there for, 2 kills after I boosted my rogue for it. And I don't think I ever played my rogue again after that. What's up, Tenno? How are you doing? Just partying hard. A little bit of Nako grind, hoping to get his other pieces that I don't have sometime soon. Mostly just getting lost. Whoops. Alright, well that'll work. Oh, I put the wrong skin on my Fulmin.
taxmen have gone and nabbed a few of my favourite Relics. Let's rectify that, shall we?
No? You 100%ed Mario Odyssey in one day. There's like a part of me that thinks that's impossible. For some reason. Mario games are sneakily pretty difficult. They're pretty sneaky sometimes in like making parts of them hard. No, that one's not very... I do remember playing Mario games throughout history, and like I remember I got a 3DS some years ago, or whatever 3D DS was available at the time. And I bought like a handful of Mario games. By the way, fuck Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo, everything that they stand for, everything that they do. Literally, Nintendo is like the antithesis of fucking gaming. Even though they make so many of the good games, their exclusivity nonsense has driven me up a fucking wall. I can't stand exclusivity, and I can't stand companies that dedicated to exclusivity either. It's just fucking stupid. You can only play our games on our consoles. And then they sit there and act like the Nintendo Switch is capable, and like, I don't know. The Switch is plenty capable, but for fuck's sake, man. Don't you think you'd have more sales if you let people buy it on other shit? Like, how does that calculate in your head? If there's like 1 billion people, and all of those 1 billion people choose between like 3 consoles to buy, or 4, they either buy a PC, a Switch, Nintendo, or either buy a PC, a Switch, an Xbox, or a PlayStation. My problem with it is, once you've bought one, I don't think that you should have to hope and pray for access to games. Like, can you imagine? You save up like $500 to buy a PS5. You buy a PS5. Yeah, fuck yeah. You get a couple games. And the next thing you know, a game that looks really cool to you comes out. You're watching Gamescom or some convention. And you're like, that looks fucking cool. I can't wait till that comes out. And then you're like, oh, exclusive on Xbox? I guess I have to spend another $550 fucking dollars if I want to play your game too. It's just, it's so anti-fucking gamer to make things exclusive that it's infuriating. And I know that there are exclusivity offers that have been the only reason a game succeeds. And the absolute fucking genius that is Pirate Software said some nonsense about games wouldn't exist if they weren't offered exclusivity prices. Yes, that's true. And it's sad. Why does it take Sony offering FromSoft money? Why can't both companies do it? Whenever they wanted to make God of War, the most recent round of God of War would not have been possible without the exclusivity money that Sony paid to Santa Monica Studios to make it. And I think that's ridiculous, because that's people's best argument. Oh, games wouldn't be possible and they wouldn't get the money for for development without the exclusivity deal. We shouldn't be making fucking exclusivity deals. If a game looks good, there should be people investing in it regardless of whether or not you're going to play it on Sony or fucking Xbox or Switch. And this all started when I wanted to play Breath of the Wild many years ago when it released. And I had a PlayStation then too. And I was like, dude, I'm going to go buy that. How much is it for PS5? And then I remembered, Nintendo's a fuckboy. Basically, I've only ever let one game be played somewhere else other than on their own consoles. As far as I'm concerned, Nintendo is the fucking, maybe I don't know if the enemy is the right word, but they're definitely setting precedents that really fucking suck. Pseudomono botters, I appreciate the food, man. We all need it. Yeah, fuck Nintendo. I felt that way for a long time. Nintendo can kiss my nuts, dude. I don't care how good of games they make. It's absolutely insane that you expect me to spend another $300, $400, $500 just to be able to play your games. And beyond that, you know what's even worse? If you want to play a game that came out 15 years ago, like let's say you go buy a Switch, and you go on the Nintendo market and you go, oh man, I want to get a couple Pokemon games. I want to grab a few, grab a Pokemon game. Let me grab fucking, what's that game called? I don't know. It's just whatever games are on Nintendo. Let me grab this. It should only cost a few dollars. The shit's 20 years old, right? Next thing you know, they're charging $39.99 for Pokemon Blue. It's literally the same price it was when it came out on Switch right now. Nothing old. Unless something has changed, they do not discount old games in any way. If you want to buy, they don't have a bundle. You can't spend $100 and get 15 fucking old Pokemon games. No, you got to go one by one, buy them for $19.99. How is that fucking sensible? Jeez, I'm just going to keep dying. Nintendo, you're messing my whole fucking day up. Get some damage stacked up. I don't know. It's just, I don't like people who don't like money. And it seems like an I don't like money choice to not just let another 170 million copies of your game sell to the people who don't have your fucking console. I don't know. What's the math on the most recent release they did? The Zelda, not Breath of the Wild, something of the Kingdom? Tears of the Kingdom? Blah, 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 blah. It only sold to people on Switch. Nobody else. Not a single other person in the world bought it. Unless they had a Switch. So if they would just fucking stop doing that, let people on Xbox, PS5, and Steam buy it, I don't know, dude. Sounds like 4 times sales. Sounds like a lot more sales. Sounds like it's nothing but extra good money. Maybe they just don't know how to develop things on consoles that aren't their own. Maybe they lack the talent. I don't know. I know their games are easy to emulate, but and I'm sure that's how most people do it. It doesn't stop it from being fucking ridiculous. And you can go snag, there's some emulators on Amazon that I've been looking at that look really fun. They look cool as fuck, and they got like thousands of games on them, and obviously I can just go plug it into my old computer over here and put whatever I want on it, game-wise. But honestly, they should be giving that shit away. Like, there's some business stuff here, right? Because at some point, an asset has to be considered paid back in a way. Let's say you develop something and you spend $250,000 developing it, and it makes you back $1 million. It's okay to start giving that thing away because that's your flagship. If you told me that I was going to show up to Best Buy and buy a Nintendo Switch, and as well as getting the Nintendo Switch, I got an access to a games library of 50 old games or a bunch of old Pokemon games. That's one of those things that would boost their sales by more than they would lose by giving the game away, because all of those people weren't buying the game anyways. So if you really want exclusivity, you can't be that fucking greedy. I don't know. They have exclusivity, and I've basically never paid them because of it, so. I do, and the fucked up part is I really want a Switch. But I also feel a certain type of way about buying a Switch just to play. I don't, there's a moral split for me. Buy a console just to play a game is a disconnect. I won't do it. I would never buy a PlayStation just to play Bloodborne. I would never buy an Xbox just to play Halo. I am as anti-exclusivity as you can possibly get. And every single argument for exclusivity, there's a better reason to not have it than there is for it. Sony and Microsoft could have offered Santa Monica Studios money. Sony could have offered them the money and not forced them to make it exclusive. It wouldn't have made a difference. They would have just made more money. Imagine. You double the sales because you let people buy God of War on Xbox. Imagine. And then that whole exclusivity cheddar you got kind of gets equaled out. It's not worth for just one game. Yeah. There's... It's not worth buying a console for 5 games. I just think we should grow the fuck up because we've been doing a Sony, Microsoft, Steam, Nintendo 5-way, 4-way split for the last 20 fucking years. And I have, my main concern is accessibility. Because, I mean, 99% of my life, until fucking maybe a few months ago, I've literally been so broke that, like, I've been fucking homeless before. So my point is that I don't think that we should be asking a population of predominantly fucking poor people to spend almost $1,000 to have access to games. I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. I don't know. It's just a bummer. If I think about me trying to save up $500 a few years ago or last year, I don't think I would have ever done it. Granted, you don't have the money for games, you don't get to play, I'm sure, but if you manage to save up some money over the years or over a year, and you go and buy a console and you've only got access to 1/3 of the libraries available out there, or 1/3 of the games out there, that just doesn't make any sense to me. I bought a gaming console, I should be allowed to play games. And it should be that simple. It should be that simple. But, you know, what is corporate greed?
Corpus new manager. Don't like him. Don't like what he's up to in the garden. You take care of him for me?
Though the God of War story is pretty remarkable, still, would be better if more people were able to play it. It's kind of in the same line as something I read about a couple of days ago that Sony's doing. They're making an AI game helper. So you have a function on your PlayStation now, to those of you who do have one, that lets you, like, you have to go through your PlayStation's menu, but you can find game help somehow. You can go somewhere and it'll, like, integrate online help into your game and kind of give you some tips in some way. It's not, I don't really know the system, and the whole point of them changing it is that nobody uses it. But there's some sort of help system on Sony, right? And they've improved it, or they're changing it, so that now it will use a, I don't really want to say the word sophisticated AI, but a more accurate shooting straight AI, a more targeted one, is going to, per se, and you have like a level of control, right? So you can look it up, you can be like, oh shit, I can't do this, I can't get through it, let me just plug into this and get it done. And at first glance, that does sound kind of like, oh man, where are we at? We're just gonna have computers play games for us? Yeah, we are. You know why? Because there's a ton of fucking people who have no ability to play games, who will now be able to play significantly more difficult games or something. You know, handicapped gamers, sure, they can come up with controllers, but there are accessibility problems in games. So, if you think about some guy sitting around having himself a good day, and he's got some sort of disability where he's unable to process things quickly, or doesn't have full range of motion in his hands or feet, can't afford a fucking specialized controller, because specialized controllers are not cheap. They don't just give handicapped people shit, unfortunately. So for those players, for people who can think to themselves, I can go buy Elden Ring, I can do the exploration, and I can let the computer do the boss fights for me because I don't have the reaction time or the speed or anything to do it. And therefore, I can enjoy the same thematical experience that other people got. And I just don't like the idea of people being blocked out of experiencing games based on their ability to afford it or their ability to play it. Of course, get good, but is that really where we're at? Just gonna tell people to get good? That's their only option? Just hope and pray you never have a friend who wishes they could play games. And you'll never feel that way, I guess.
A spring popper. A bundle that stack of explosives got nothing on anyone that eats one of those.
A bit of a tangent, but I do feel a certain way about that shit.
Taxman pluck 'em first. One less bloom for them. They got some syzygy. Don't let 'em get any more, mate.
Oh, rest in pepperonis. I really do need to put some survivability on Octavia, man. I depend a little too much on her abilities to do the work for me. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that fucking Tetris movie today, man. It's really cool how they're starting to make like docu-movies out of things that happened in the past. Like simple things. Like there was a documentary about hot Cheetos, or a docu-movie about hot Cheetos, and the guy that came up with them. There's a lot of interesting stories out there that are just really simple. Really, really plain and simple. I mean, the basic story of how hot Cheetos got invented is some dude wanted spicy hot Cheetos, and he was like a janitor at the hot Cheeto factory. And they were like, no, man, you don't know what you're talking about. He's like, okay, but this is tasty. Whoever, I think he managed to get a hold of the CEO, and the CEO was like, hey, we're working on a spicy chip line. You know, why not let this guy do 100% of the work for us? And we just, you know what I mean? I don't really remember exactly how that went down, but one guy had to work really hard to get hot Cheetos to be a thing.
Another cluster of syzygy blooming. You know what to do. One less bloom for them.
Sure have a lot to say there, Misery. No, oh, we didn't get the bonus. Of course. Because we lost the case.
One down. That's the last of them. I doubt they'll be able to.
Where the fuck is Misery at?
Thanks, mate.
Other than inside of me.
Guys out without a lick of cover. Must be their offering for the communal shed. How nice.
I'm gonna have to stack up some damage, or this is just gonna keep going. Alright. You guys asked for it. It's prime time, son.
That was very fast.
Okay. I tried. Mushrooms.
Corporate seems to have left a buzzer draining all by its lonesome.
Mushrooms.
Could be useful for us. Knock it down. Roots and fruits have control.
Wait, do these work like the other? Oh shit, he's right here. What beast? Talking about me? Just kidding. I'm not gonna lie, I'd really appreciate some help killing this fucking dude. Yeah, I'll be fine. Me? Knew it. Melee. I hate to accept how much more damage my melees do. Or how much damage Omas do. And we can play together sometime. Anytime's fine. I taxi you through some shit. Just grind some relics. Anything. I don't have a lot of time. Yeah, it is a lot fast. Very fast and efficient to play with other people. What? See? You gotta be able to open the door somehow, right? I really do have to go all the way around to get to wherever that thing is? Oh well.
I'm impressed, mate. Drain barely has a scratch on it. This is going to be mighty useful. Still got one in ya? Yeah, I know you do. Got a corpus boss man. Needs a full repo. If you catch my meaning.
Yeah, I could carry you through a ton of shit, couldn't I? There'll definitely be some shit you get stuck on. And I'll help.
Neff's got a new boss man working down here. Handpicked to wipe out the roots and fruits. And they will. Unless you get to them first. These management types aren't much for getting their hands dirty. But take out some of their expensive lurks, and I guarantee you they'll come running.
Well, that kind of sucks. Not gonna get the bonus here. I don't think there's anything we could have done to get it either. Pretty sure we killed everything fast. I really gotta get damage on this gun stacked up so I can start fucking using it.
Finally decided to show their face. Take him out.
So then everything will just get shot like one shot. Little primary merciless, little bit of galvanized, and everything will just go up. And we're done.
There's abundance. Too bad for that mucker. He never learned to share. Place looks
See?
better already.
Just need a little stacking damage. Everything gets bopped. That is one of the things, Ali, that changes for you as you get a little later game. Is you stop building for raw damage and you start building for like stacking damage. You'll switch from like barrel diffusion to galvanized diffusion, which gives you stats on kill, not just raw stats. So sometimes you can get, like the beginning of Steel Path missions, you can sit there tickling people till you kill one or two. And then you just annihilation.
There was a tape. What can I help you with there, mate?
Man, the field guide takes a while, not gonna lie. I wonder if you're like, like they generally expect you to get Nako before you get there. I'll be right back.
You look for Noko when you're out there, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Corporate's new manager.
But wait, there's more.
What he's up to in the garden. You take care of him for me?
There we go.
My palace Palace of Prosperity will be an impenetrable fortress.
Or it would be really fun to grind bounties with you. But that would be good. Like these or Fortuna. All the rep. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh my gosh. And then I was so confident. Okay, that's enough. I have really got to put some sort of fucking survivability mods on Octavia. Okay. Constitution, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to go. I think I have enough ability duration. Arcane concentration. Can I rank it up? Yeah. Can I rank it up again? Nope. Okay. Primed redirection. Okay. Ability duration. Equilibrium stretch. Do I want armor? Reduces damage to health. What can I do for a shield? Primed redirection, maybe? Just to get some sort of survivability on there. A little bit. I can do without a little bit of duration.
You're not gonna tell corporate I'm down here, are you?
Good morning, Setu Afi. How are you?
Not all invasive weeds are plants. Some got legs, guns, and rats.
Boing.
Need to be pulled all the same.
Hey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. How are you this fine morning? Hey, I appreciate that. Warframe's a pretty small category overall. You know? I was looking at that the other day and I figured that it would be huge. There's not very many streamers I mean, there's plenty, but I expected there to be a ton of people that streamed Warframe and like more than 5,000 viewers in the category. And I was trying to do some of that last night. I hopped in a whole bunch of streams last night and just said hey and tossed out some follows and talked to people. I really love the community for Warframe. It's very, very nice. Full of fucking nice people. As a Destiny refugee and a Valorant refugee, very happy to be here. You streamed a few years ago? It's quite different now, isn't it? From what I understand, hasn't the brunt of the amazing that's came to this game came in the last few years? It's the Rebecca Ford era, right? That's brought on a lot of the changes that people have been in love with.
Real nasty little fella to eat, mate. Luckily, a muck bonus toxin wears out quick. Toxin are getting too comfortable around these parts. Go thin out.
Valorant's amazing, but it got I got too high ranked and it turned into like chess matches, which is great. Which is like that's awesome. I love whenever games go from who can aim the best to who can think the best. I love when that skill differential happens. But if you want to communicate with people at high level, you have to deal with like 73% toxicity. It is absolutely horrid. Broken Corinth. Corinth Prime is so much fun. Or Corinth period. I played with it for the first time in like the second dream or New War, whatever quest that you play call in. And then as soon as I got done with that, I had to have it.
Heard something interesting from one of the taxmen before they
But
cried. Time to move. Corporate needs
yeah,
power cells to keep the lights
on the topic of Valorant and their community, literally
on. Find a terminal, and we'll get
worst community I've ever been a part of. Worst community I've ever been a part of. If you don't mute everybody every game, you're like guaranteed to get bitched at. You're like, you can't make a fucking mistake without hearing about it from 8 people in Valorant.
there they are. Lazy as usual. You know what to do.
Though I think Valorant's like one of the better games made. I really, really appreciate it, and it's very fun. The only way I'll ever play it again is with friends and unrated. I'll never play that game again without playing with like people I signed up to play with. And as far as Destiny goes, I think it's just one of those things. It was time to call it for me, because I watched a MacTix video yesterday talking about how Renegades is actually a pretty sound update. People are pretty happy with it. Players are pretty satisfied with the way things are going. And I remember commenting on it and being like, it sounds like my ex finally went to therapy after I left. That's all that sounds like to me. And I don't know if I'm an elitist or care too much about immersion or whatever, but they broke their uniqueness by collaborating with another unique company. I don't like collaborations that much in the gaming world, especially for like standalone IPs. It makes sense for things like Fortnite or Apex Legends or things like that, but because it's kind of what they are, that's kind of where they came from. But I just didn't like seeing Destiny go from its own, because if you accept the story of another thing into yours, you're just like putting it on the forefront. This is all fake and made up. And that's the part we're all trying to forget. We're trying to suspend disbelief. You know what I mean? And regardless of how good it is, I don't know. I feel like you didn't have to grift off of Star Wars in order to make a good update. I don't think that they needed to make a good update to make a good update or a good DLC. I think they just needed to spend the next year of development improving systems we already have and making things we already have work and adding weapon tiers to old weapons and yada yada yada. I don't know. Make them leave a rage bait. Blunderbuss buckshot. Oh, my bad, guys. It is, Valorant is definitely a good place to like troll, because after I would get like flamed out a little bit, I'd be like, all right, fuck this, I'm just gonna bother you guys sometimes. Speaking of bothering you guys, I'm gonna leave. My family's waking up, so it's time to end the stream, call it a morning. I may or may not stream this evening, but I'll definitely be back tomorrow morning. So thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for the follows and shit. Job 000848 and Glowberry right at the end. Appreciate you guys following me. I think Renegades was a good idea because the quote the ghost makes about the witness. Good idea, bad idea. Either way, I don't like it because their efforts could have been focused on something IP focused on their own. You know what I mean? They could have focused on some of their own content and made something we all love without mixing it up with something else. I don't know. Anyways, double salute. Goodbye.